Happy Wednesday, folks. Welcome to the Musings. I wanted to get this out before the Tiger game this afternoon. So recording this very early in the morning as you can tell. But busy week in USL Championship. As you know, Detroit City FC is now in the position where if they win on Saturday against Indy 11, they will proceed to the USL playoffs. Um, don't know what seed that's going to happen. That's still up in the air. There was one game to report from last night. Indy 11 traveled to Segra Field to take on Loudoun United. Even match for the most part. Forget about the ball possession, even though Loudoun United had control of the ball most of the game. But sure as luck would have it, all the chances that Loudoun had, they could not convert. However, one converted for the Indy 11, and just a crazy play. Um, Scrum in the box, pretty much. James Musa came up at the right time, put the ball into the back of the net, right place, right time, and in his 200th USL Championship appearance, he scored the goal, which proved to be the game winner in the match, despite uh, Edwin Diz getting a red card for a very, very lethal tackle right around midfield in the 85th minute. So he will be ineligible to be of service on Saturday at Keyworth against against Detroit City FC. So, and despite having that red card, Loudon had their chances, but still couldn't convert. 1-0, the victory goes to Indy 11. What does that mean? Well, let's take a look at the standings now in the Eastern Conference. Preferably, we'll go to the two that are playing each other right now, or that will be playing at 4 o'clock on Saturday at Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC sits in third. Bless you, Jim Price. Um, with 49 points. Indy 11 sitting fourth with 47 points. And the table is even closer now with Tampa Bay Rowdies. They are 3 points behind, so they jump ahead of Tampa Bay for the fourth spot right now in the Eastern Conference, despite Tampa Bay having the game on hand with both Detroit City FC and pretty much everyone. And thoughts going out to those in Tampa right now. They got another big storm heading their way. Hurricane Milton, Category 5, heading their way, and that was the last thing these people needed, was another big storm coming their way. So all our thoughts are with the people down in Tampa. Stay safe down there. Heed the warnings, and be safe. That's all I can say at this point. Because the last storm was a doozy. Helene, and yeah, it killed hundreds of people in its path. In fact, I think the Carolinas and the Florida region are still reeling from that. So no telling when that match against Hartford Athletic is going to take place. Tampa Bay is on the road on Saturday at Lou City, but after that, they have what is 3 games at home. We don't know what the damage is going on down at Lane Stadium, if it's playable or not. I was hearing on USL All Access on yesterday that the owner of the Rays, who also has a stake in the Tampa Bay Rowdies, may make that facility, shall we say, available. I mean, I know a lot of the USL Championship would like to play their games outside, but they on this extenuating circumstance, they could make their facility available, provided they don't need it for shelter or anything else, or hopefully it isn't a bad situation. I mean, we're talking Category 5 here. I mean, it's a little bit worse than what happened, say, like with, well, say how Hurricane Katrina, if you remember how bad the Superdome was uh, damaged after that storm. So, like I said, hopefully, things will, hopefully it'll be, just the main thing is the safety of those people down there. So, like I said, we don't know what's going to happen as far as those games go. And I was also informed too last night, Tampa Bay's women's team stadium, Tampa Bay Sun, in the Super League, their scoreboard uh, uh, fell fell in their stadium after the storm. So there's damage to that as well. So tough times right now for the people down in uh, the West Coast, the western coast of Florida. So stay safe. Do heed the heed the warnings and all that stuff, and hopefully everything will work out for the best going forward. So, but this edition of the Musings, let's take a look at the push to the playoffs right now, as we are coming down to the wire.
Chance again for Russ to deliver it away. Back out for Gasso. The ball is, and it fouled it up. Detroit City's ahead. And that could be it. There's the whistle. Detroit City FC have their first ever USL Championship playoff victory, and the number 1 overall seed is done.
Obviously, some big stuff going on in the USL Championship as far as the table settings and all that stuff. I already went over what Detroit City, the position with Detroit City and Indy 11 is going through. Louisville has taken care of business, and they have the Players' Shield and home field advantage throughout the USL playoffs. And of course, all that means right now is they got to get that star. 11 years in a row that this club has found their way into the, or is it? Yeah, this is what their 10 seasons in a row they've made it to the playoffs. All these years they've managed even to get to an Eastern Conference final. The only thing is they've had 2 stars in the USL Championship. They have, I don't know, since the USL Championship era began. Take a look at Louis City's titles real quick here. Where's the trophies here? So they were the winners in 2018 and 2017. So the first inclination of what is known as USL Championship, they won. They've been the runner-up twice, 2022 against San Antonio and in 2019. So there was a 4-year stretch where they made it to the finals, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020 and 2021, they did not make it. I think they lost to Tampa Bay in 21, and that's when Orange County went into Al Lane Stadium to win that one. So, but they were, that 5-year stretch there where they at least made a chance to the final 4 times. The thing is with this club, they've it's all about the star now. I mean, Players' Shield, great. Now, finish the job. In order to be a great team, they have to finish the job, and by finishing the job, that means winning the USL Championship playoffs. That's something that recent memory, Pittsburgh Riverhounds won the Players' Shield last year, bounced in the first round by Detroit City. So, like I said, it's tough to win in a one and done situation, as we all know. So, but looking at it, let's see. Let's look at today's games in the push to the playoffs. Mainly a Western Conference schedule today, I would say, but some teams that are in the playoff hunt. in the East are being involved, that one team in the East being involved, that would be North Carolina SC. They take on FC Tulsa tonight down in Cary, North Carolina. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. North Carolina right now in the Eastern Conference is sitting in the ninth spot behind Loudoun United. They could pull ahead with a victory thanks to Loudoun's loss tonight. Now, should they lose, the old magic number, Detroit's magic number is at 3. Should they lose tonight, that magic number drops down to 1. Because that'd be 2 drop points. That'd be 3 drop points. Grant you're going to get 1 point going into it as far as if it's a draw. So either way, if they draw tonight, we could see Detroit City could probably be in by the time we have kickoff. Should they lose to FC Tulsa tonight? Now with Loudoun losing tonight, that also plays a factor in the magic number as well. So like I said, by 4 o'clock on Saturday, we'll know if we are actually in the playoffs at that point. So all depends on what's going on down there tonight. So any combination, as you know, drop points by teams in the 8th and 9th spot, and any points gained by Detroit City contributes to that magic number. So that's a big game to watch in the Eastern Conference tonight. North Carolina taking on FC Tulsa. That's a 7 o'clock kick. So we'll probably know where we're going to be standing, as far as Saturday goes with that result tonight. Also, most of the action, like it's said, is in the Western Conference tonight. El Paso takes on San Antonio FC. Let's look at that pillow fight in the Western Conference right now. So, I don't really bring up the Western Conference, shall we say, table here, but in this case, I will. So what we have right now in the West is basically a dogfight right there. As we're looking at 11, I'm not including San Antonio. Well, I'm deleting the screenshot. So, okay. So here we go. Now I got it. Now I just screenshot it. so I could share it with you here. So let's see here. So in the Western Conference right now, New Mexico United, home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They're sitting at 57 points. Las Vegas with the tie the other night has made the playoffs. That was on Saturday night. They're sitting at 47, tied with Sacramento Republic, but Las Vegas has the advantage thanks to the head-to-head. So they're sitting at 47 points right now. They're in the playoffs. Sacramento Republic didn't officially clinch, but they're in. You might as well say they're in. They're at 47 points in third. Colorado Springs sitting at 46 in 4th place. Memphis 901, 44 points. And as I mentioned, 40 points plus, you're going to be into the playoffs. The real fun is at the bottom, and you've got who's gonna want that final playoffs, the final 3 playoff spots here. 5th through 8th is a difference of 8 points right now. From the 5th place position down to the 8th position. But here's what we're looking at on the bottom right now. You've got Orange County sitting at 36 points in 7th place. Phoenix Rising in 8th with 38 points. FC Tulsa is 4 points behind with 34 points. San Antonio SC is at 34 points. Monterey Bay is at 33. El Paso's at 28. Not officially eliminated yet, but they could be, depending on the results from this week. So, like I said, it's a pillow fight. It is the Great Western Pillow Fight. as Mike Watts said on All Access yesterday, and has been saying all along. But yeah, this is it, the difference between ninth and or eighth and 12th right now is 8 points. It's not exactly three full games. So it's not to the point where, I mean, El Paso can still catch Phoenix. Phoenix has been half and half right there. Oakland's been struggling. Orange County's been struggling. San Antonio, you know, we could catch them in a position come that last game of the year where they could be trying for a playoff spot at that point. I mean, it's that close between 10th and 8th right now. And as far down as Monterey Bay finally won a game and finally scored some goals. They're sitting at 33 points in 11th right now. So it's a pillow fight. It's a pillow fight. And it's like, who wants it? Who really wants it at this point? As far as the games go, El Paso, who's sitting in 12th, San Antonio could eliminate them with a win tomorrow night or tonight. That's a 9 o'clock kickoff in El Paso. New Mexico United taking on Phoenix Rising FC. New Mexico has been tough at home all year long. Should be a hard time. It's a rivalry game between those two squads right there. And with the playoff implications being the way they are, it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. That's also a 9 o'clock kick tonight. Orange County SC takes on Colorado Springs. Battle of positioning right there, trying to get, both teams could come away with a point and still look pretty good at that one. And then Monterey Bay travels to Sac Republic. Sac Republic is having a hard time at home as of late. This is a NorCal rivalry here, so who knows what's going to happen with that one. Sacramento's going to have to come on strong against a team that finally got off the schneid as far as scoring goals and actually winning games. So, two teams desperate at this point. And of course, Sacramento wants to get into the playoffs, and I'm sure they have a possibility of clinching there tonight. So, no games on Thursday. Let's see here. Go to Friday in the championship. Nothing in the championship on Friday. Saturday, as you know, go with the DCFC Indy 11 game. By then, we should know where we're standing as far as playoffs are concerned. We could probably have already clinched. Who knows? We shall see. Pretty much, if North Carolina doesn't get a point tomorrow night, you might as well say we're in. So, and then we don't have to worry about it. And then it'll be all about positioning for Detroit City, whether we get that home playoff game or not. But it's a very crucial game for both squads because Indy 11 just finally, they've been on a hot streak as of late, including tonight's victory there. They've been on a 3-1-1 streak. So out of their last 5 games since being bounced to the Open Cup, they have won 3 games. Detroit City has also won 3 games, but with 2 draws themselves. The only loss that Indy 11 had was a loss down in Cary against North Carolina SC. So we'll preview that hardcore on Saturday as that goes there. Pittsburgh Riverhounds still trying to get that a chance for that 8th playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. They got a tough battle coming in. Nick Marcanic and the Charleston Battery come into Highmark Stadium. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Hartford Athletic, they're struggling to get into the fray as well. They take on North Carolina FC, who right now is, this will be their second game this week. So this is going to be, and they have to travel on the road to this one. So, Hartford's been pretty tough. Hartford's pretty tough at home, and North Carolina might give them a hard time. So, that should be an interesting match to watch, and that'll be at 7:30 on Saturday night. Lou City hosts the Tampa Bay Rowdies. 7:30 kick there. Tampa Bay's been struggling as of late, even with the infrastructural problems that they've been having. They have not been in really good form as of late. They have lost 4 of their last 5 games. The only win coming against the Riverhounds, a 2-1 victory down at Al Lang. And let's see, that one occurred. It doesn't give me a date there, so let's see here. Yeah, that one occurred on October 7th? No. Saturday, April 6th. Oh, that was in. Oh, trying to figure out when the date was on that. I can't get it off of FOTMob there, but yeah, it did happen a few weeks ago. So I mean, before all the hurricane, before all the, they went on the, it was before the hurricane, as a matter of fact. So I was looking for a date on it. I can't remember what the date is. If you got the date, put it in the comments. We'll just go to that. But Lou City, of course, winners of the Players Shield as of last week. So, and they're trying, who knows who they're going to have as their starters, if they're going to take it easy or not. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what the lineups are. I wouldn't expect Danny Cruz to lay down on this one. Colorado Springs hosts San Antonio FC. San Antonio, as you know, going into that game behind the 8 ball. And when I say behind the 8 ball, behind the 8th spot in the Western Conference. Other matches, and Memphis 901 taking on Sac Republic. That's a 8 o'clock kick as well. FC Tulsa takes on New Mexico United at One Oak Park. That's an 8:30 kickoff. And then the late game, Oakland Roots take on Phoenix Rising. Now on Sunday, there's a couple games of importance. Loudoun United play their second game of the week. They travel to Rhode Island against Albert Dequa and Rhode Island SC. That's a 4 o'clock kick. And the nightcap, Las Vegas goes into Birmingham to take on the Legion. That's a 6 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. So plenty of action to go on this week as far as the playoffs are concerned. Let's take a quick full look at the Eastern Conference standings. As you know, we already looked at Detroit City FC and Indy 11 where they're standing, 3rd and 4th respectively. Of course, Lou City with the Players Shield, 69 points. Charleston Battery at 60. Neither team can be caught pretty much, so they're your 1 and 2 seeds in the Eastern Conference. Now the battle in the middle for the 3rd and 4th playoff spots sits like this: Detroit City in 3rd, Indy 11 in 4th, 49-47 respectively. Then you have Tampa Bay at 46 points. You have Rhode Island at 46 points, 3 points behind Detroit City for the 3rd spot. Birmingham Legion, Loudoun United, North Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Hartford are all battling. They are within 5 points. 5 points separates 7th through 11th in the Eastern Conference. So that's where the real dogfight is right now. You got the dogfight for the 2 home playoff spots between Rhode Island, Tampa Bay, Indy, and Detroit City. And then you got a battle for the bottom 4 or the bottom 2 spots between Birmingham, Loudoun, North Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Hartford. So it's going to be a huge battle towards the end of the season. Now, tickets are still available. At the Detroit City Clubhouse store. You can get those tickets at a discount, 25% before Friday. And you can also get those as well on SeatGeek.com for Saturday's game. Saturday's game, Hispanic Heritage Night. The new kits are out. They are available at the Detroit City store and They look sharp. They really do. I really like those kits. The crest is a little the crest is a little different. It has a you might as well say the Mexican flag on it on those kits, which is looks pretty sharp. They are pretty sharp kits. So those are available. It's the charity kit. It is for CHAS, the public health initiative that is in Southwest Detroit. So they will be wearing those kits on Saturday afternoon, and as I mentioned, Hispanic Heritage Day at Keyworth Stadium. So 4 o'clock kickoff. If you can't make it to Keyworth Stadium, game will be on WKBD Channel 50. Neil Rule will not be on the call, unfortunately. He's taking a week off. He's doing some games for the Pistons. And if you, he was on tonight or last night. I think he was at the Breslin Center because the Pistons took on the Phoenix Suns there, and he'll be on the road for the next 2 games on the West. So he won't be with us this week. So not sure who's going to be on the call. Call coming from Fort Lauderdale on Saturday afternoon for that game. But you can still catch the game live on WKBD Channel 50, CBSDetroit.com for the rest of the state of Michigan, ESPN Plus nationally for that contest. And it's, like I said, very, very, very pivotal contest as far as the top 4 is concerned, with both Detroit City and Indy 11 2 points separated from each other. We will see you from Keyworth Stadium with a full preview of the match on Saturday afternoon. Until then, Madcat here saying keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the galaxy.